because other activists, oh, you're not going to believe this, have poured milk onto the floors of supermarkets because livestock emit methane. Have a look at this video. Isn't this vandalism?
It is responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than oil giants like Exxon, Shell and BP. The top four dairy companies are responsible for the majority of methane emissions. We all want these to protest and not silence.
I mean, the stuff is staggering, but where the hell are the security people, for God's sake? And of course, it's based on ignorance. Other ignorant lunatics have thrown tomato soup at Van Gogh's sunflowers because climate change is more important than art or something. Have a look at this vandalism.
What is worth more, art or life? Is it worth more than food? Worth more than justice? Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?
Oh, God. See, they've been brainwashed and they're angry. And I suppose if I was that age, I would be too, if you were taught that there's no future in the world because we are destroying the planet. This is the price we are now paying worldwide for not standing up to this rubbish and arguing the other case. Our leaders, political and corporate, have failed us. And this is where we are. My point is this. People in the UK are at risk of dying from natural gas shortages. But the mob you've just seen, the Just Stop Oil hooligans, think it's outrageous that the British government is desperately trying to produce more gas for its people. As Michael Schellenberger pointed out, quote, without more natural gas, there could be 3-hour blackouts, which would threaten the operation of medical equipment and thus the lives of vulnerable people, unquote. But this is the point, a disturbing and dangerous point. Quoting Schellenberger, the various media stunts appeared authentically grassroots, as if they just arrived and did it naturally, you see. But in fact, they were financed, he says, by a $1 million grant from a philanthropic group called Climate Emergency Fund, which is funded by the heirs to the Getty and Rockefeller fortunes, all deriving from oil, unquote. Work that out. And that fund and those who've received money have been cheered on by the Secretary General of the United Nations and much of the mainstream media. Gutless politicians are followers, not leaders. Schellenberg ominously argues, quote, what lies beyond climate fanaticism and narcissism is an apocalyptic religion born of nihilism, unquote. And this is what worries the older generation, doesn't it? The sense of nihilism. Some kids, it's a philosophy in which you believe that nothing in the world has a real existence. You reject all religious and moral principles in the belief that life is meaningless. Human life has no purpose. And that's exactly the way these young people are behaving. The key question is one I have raised often. Who are these climate fanatics? And how can their power over Western cultural and political life be reduced?